Time to set coordinates for his next culinary destination, Indonesia, with a main of nasi goreng topped with a fried egg.
I'm not a big fried egg fan, though, actually.
There's always one.
This main could be tasty, but I've never experienced one myself. Yet.
I went to Thailand in the summer and it was about 10p for it. So when I started running out of money, I just ate it all the time.
I like to think that I've been reasonably exotic in my choice of main tonight. I think there'll be a few people that will read the menu and I would be impressed if they all knew what it was.
I'll be honest, I've never heard of a nasi goreng.
Have a guess.
Could be a type of meat, possibly.
Well, there's meat in it. But that's going in later. To start, Arthur rinses cooked rice, then chills it, ready to stir-fry tonight. Now onto that meat.
Happy days, okay. So the Marines, I joined straight out of school, virtually, at the age of 17. Oh, I loved it, you know, but when I had the accident, that sort of spelled the end of my time with the Marines. So I moved on, and sport, when you acquire a disability, sport is something that people in hospitals and those that help rehabilitate say, go for it, because it helps occupy the mind, keeps you physically fit and healthy. I got involved with wheelchair racing to begin with. And I trained alongside the likes of Mickey Bushell and Dave Weir. I was so arrogant, I went to the track. I was going at it like crazy, and I think they lapped me about 3 times before I'd even got round once. And it was from that point forward that I discovered a real admiration and respect for them, and I think that's why I decided to work in Paralympic sport.
Chicken chopped, it'll be cooked and added to the rice along with prawns tonight. It's chili's next.
So I had these imported from South America. They recently won an award for being regarded as the most medium of medium spiced chilies.
You won't mind trying a bit then.
I flipping hate hot.
Oh, mind your eyes, fella. That was only a medium. Lucky it wasn't one of the hot ones. Stick it in the fridge, cool it down a bit.
So we'll put the prawns, cucumber, the eggs, the garlic and the tomatoes on really, really fresh. I'll have a bit of time to do that whilst I'm stir-frying it all.
So a good first leg for Arthur's flight of fancy food, but it's on with the nasi goreng. Arthur fries onion, spring onion and chilli. Before stirring in chicken, rice, and then the authentic ketchup manis.
Let's stir that in and see what it does. I've not actually cooked with this stuff before.
Come on, Arthur. How's it taste?
I don't blow my own trumpet, but that is good.
A crowning fried egg, and there it is. All the way from the streets of Indonesia, nasi goreng.
It's a solid egg.
That is a solid egg.
You are welcome. Right, here we are.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. Nasi goreng, here you go. I'm really, really happy with it because of the whole idea of it, and I'm not normally this delicate when I cook, but the egg yolk on top should remain intact. So you cut into the egg yolk, it spills over the rice, and you're good to go.
Is this the time to say that I don't like yolk?
Probably not. Look away, Natasha. Hey.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
The flavours of the main course were really nice. The presentation was good, but from a technical point of view, if that's where we're going to go, the egg yolk wasn't quite as runny as it should have been.
The actual rice dish tasted amazing. It was so, so good. And it's definitely something that I would cook for myself at home.
Just without the egg.
I've had a few dodgy ones before, and this one was great. It's all gone already.
It is so nice.
Yeah?
I really like it.
You gonna take it home?
I'm going to take a doggy bag over to you.
Yes, dude.
And what's even better than a doggy bag? The food straight off Arthur's plate.
You can have that, because I'm getting quite full up. Seriously.
Notice how he didn't eat any of the salad.
I did. One thing I love about the Paralympics and the whole Paralympic movement is that we see athletes, you guys, who are doing, like, the best of the best in terms of disability sport. And I think that the public have sort of perception that everybody with a disability accepts it and thrives upon it. And it's just, for me personally, it's absolutely not true. So I've been in a wheelchair for 12 years, and pretty much every single one of those days, I've really, really struggled. I have never accepted that, and I find it really, really difficult, really hard to be in every day.
I'm always very grateful that I don't
know what I'm missing, right? Or I don't know. I can do everything that everyone else can do.
Because you were born with it.
Because I was born like this. Because I'm not missing anything. I've got nothing to compare it to.
Is I always compare myself to what I used to be able to do, as opposed to comparing myself to what somebody in a wheelchair probably does really well to do in the first place.
I don't remember what I was like able-bodied, so I don't remember being able to run or do any of that stuff. And so I don't mourn being able to do that. You know, I know that it takes me longer to do things, and so I just accept that.
So I was like 12, 13 when I had cancer and lost my leg. And at that point, because I'd first come back into school and I hadn't seen people for about a year, and I was bald and I had braces and glasses and I was in this massive chair and I couldn't fit into any of the classrooms. So
You were a catch.
I don't know how I wasn't snapped right up. Yeah. It was when I got into basketball, I just saw people who had way worse than me. I've only lost one leg, like 3 out of 4 limbs are there.
I felt comfortable enough amongst the guys to open up to them to say that in the 12 years I've been in a wheelchair, I've not accepted it, still don't to this day. And it was good to hear all of their perspectives about how they view it as well. Hope you enjoyed your meal. It's that time of the flight now where we are ready to do the in-flight entertainment. Let's go.
Brace yourselves, everyone.
Got into the airport, you're at the check-in desk, your overhead bag is too heavy. What you've got to do is take as many clothes out of this bag and put them on as you can. The pair that has the most items of clothes on at the end wins. And the gate closes in 2 minutes' time.
Look for sunglasses.
Come on, guys, there's fuel in the aeroplane, it's gonna go soon.
Can I just say, this is not for someone who's 6'4". You're all small people. I realised when I put the first garment on that nothing would fit me. Oh my God! This is an unfair game. And I think it's an unfair game for someone above 6 foot.
You can get that.
Sweet. I'll put that on the end.
The plane's gonna leave, the bag's too heavy.
I'm doing this.
I can't get Look at me out!
What else do you want? What else?
Please don't rip that jacket, it's one of my favourite jackets. I was really worried though at one point that Chris was going to turn into the Incredible Hulk and break every single one of my clothes.
That's not happening,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop!
Listen, love, with an house like mine, you can't get there with that. Me and Amy are quite tall people, so I do think there's a bit of cheating going on. Oh, get off my shoe! Get my shoe off. 19, 17, 18.
No!
19.
Oh,
And those, unfortunately, upgraded to business class flights on the way home. Ridiculous. Is Liz and Natasha.
Going into it, I thought, Chris and I, we had the best chance. We've got, what, 7 out of 8 working limbs. We should have had that. We squandered it.
Unlucky, Amy.
Really loved the game with the suitcase and the clothes. Also probably made better by the fact that Liz and I won.
The best thing about the suitcase game was that I won with Natasha and Chris lost. Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit harsh on poor old Chris.
I don't want to speak too soon, but I think my night's going really, really well. Food's great. These guys seem to be having a really good time. We're on the final descent now. I've only got my pudding to go. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can pull it off.